So I'm going to talk about these two globalists, and those two would obviously be Macron in France and Justin Trudeau here in Canada. Both these two are only thing you can say about them is they're a total failure, right? Both of these two guys are obviously globalists. They went to the same globalist policy school. I mean, they have the open door policies. They have the carbon tax policies. And in the case of Macron, he's already implemented the carbon tax. And then after he implemented the carbon tax, and then he tried to add another tax on fuel. And that's what sparked the yellow vest protest movement. People, they don't seem to report the fact that the carbon tax was in place now, I don't know, a year and a half before the new tax on fuel. And then, of course, just to add insult to injury, he also imposed a food tax, right? Another food tax on food that was already increasing in price because of the transportation costs now increasing, right? So food prices are already increasing. Then he adds another tax on food as well. So, I mean, the yellow vest protests are not going away. In actual fact, they're getting more violent every weekend. Some serious injuries are now being reported. And it's not there's been a few deaths, and a lot of them have been because of stray canisters being fired at them and hit them, in inopportune places and in times, right? But both these two leaders are just taking their economies and basically flushed them down the toilet. Both of them had very little experience going into their positions, especially Macron. I mean, he basically came right from the banking community, and he was, almost no political experience. At least Justin Trudeau had some. He was the opposition leader for a little while anyway, so he had a little bit of experience. But even he is basically shown that he's not very capable. He's not very experienced, And both of them had gotten, because of great, mainstream media coverage, a sizable, I mean, in Trudeau's case, a sizable majority to work with. So it was pretty much unimpeded. He can do what he wants, right? And so these results are solely on him. It's not like he has to compromise anything, right? Both these guys have been an absolute international embarrassment. The latest thing with Macron in Germany, that's hilarious. But, Trudeau has definitely had more than his fair share of embarrassing outings in international affairs. It's just total embarrassment. But a little bit about Macron in Germany. I mean, Macron walks into Germany, and Germany's getting the North Stream 2 pipeline put in, which is going to be a big deal for Germany. It's going to make Germany the natural gas hub of Europe. And I mean, all of Europe probably will benefit from this because, they'll have a second source, so there'll be a little bit of competition. But certainly it's going to benefit Germany greatly. I mean, it's going to be a big boom for them. And here comes Macron, and he basically wants to kibosh the deal. And because that's, of course, that's, following the globalist, point of view. That's what they want, right? They don't want Russia to have that pipeline. They don't like lower cost energy. Obviously, they don't like this period of time where energy costs are low. So I mean, so he walks in there and he basically tries to squash this deal, and the Germans basically tell him, "Well, there's a door. Don't let it hit you on the way up." Basically, but we've had our own fair share of these kind of moments. Let us not forget that Justin Trudeau's actually had a few of them. And one of the biggest things, though, is not, just alienating a big partner like Macron did with Germany, but Justin Trudeau alienating our relationship with U.S. You know, everybody should remember that for a while there, when Trump was talking about Canada, he was saying, "Don't worry about Canada. Canada's solid. Don't worry about them. They're good." And then Justin Trudeau, in that, you know, G summit, to top things off, you know, just after moments after shaking Trump's hand, he had to leave early to deal with Korea there, North Korea. Just moments after smiling, shaking hand for a photo op with Trump, Justin Trudeau basically backstabs him. And I think at that moment on, policies between U.S. and Canada have been strained. I think Trump just said enough's enough. I'm not dealing with this little twerp. And basically, right now, the United States is basically ignoring us. We're no concern of theirs, you know. So all I can say is look at the situation that's happening right now in France. It's not pretty. A lot of nations in Europe. I mean, you got the draconian British media, totally totalitarian, you know, censored media. They're not covering it, obviously, but it is getting out there that, you know, France is not settled. I mean, it's not quiet in France. It's getting actually even more intense and more violent. And this might be a snapshot of what Canada's future, because we're heading down the same path that that Macron did. You know, let's hope the carbon tax never gets through. Let's have some sensible government. And yeah, what do you think? Between these two guys, are they just carbon copies of each other? Are we going to get, you know, the Macron in Justin Trudeau? I'm pretty sure we are. We're going to get the Macron treatment anyway, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.